Welcome to the Book of Jane. It is my pleasure to be with you today. I am so excited to do this video. I think that I told you guys that we were heading for Lava Hot Springs, Idaho in October. A girlfriend of mine had been there, came into the office, was whipped up about it, and I turned around and booked it. So my girlfriend and I headed out from Bend, Oregon, out into the eastern part of Oregon where there isn't too much out there. Drove through Burns, Idaho, which we discovered there's a hot spring. No, I'm sorry, Burns, Oregon, which we discovered there's a hot springs there that we need to go explore. So that is on sort of our spring trip agenda. And headed up I-84 towards Pocatello and, of course, Boise. It took us all day. It took us 8 hours to get there. You know, we don't usually travel in a car. We're usually on a plane and then we get on ships. So it was kind of a new experience for me because I haven't done that car trip thing in a really long time, and it wasn't bad. I was okay with everything. Of course, the trip home, that last couple of hours on the trip home was a little, like, can I get out of the car kind of thing, but it was fine. All right, so I'm going to break this into 2 videos. I'm going to talk about the hotel and the spa and the body work that we experienced in Lava Springs, the city. And then I am going to do a second video on the actual public soaking facility that the city has available. They do have an outdoor pool that wasn't open, but it's too much information and sort of too wonderful to... I could talk to y'all. I could do a 3-hour lecture on this whole trip. It was such a lovely, beautiful experience. Okay. So Riverside Hot Springs Inn and Spa is where we booked in the city of Lava Hot Springs. Now, its population is 407. I wish I had taken a picture of the sign, when we pulled in. It was dark when we pulled in. And the city's only, I don't know, maybe 3 blocks long. You can't really get lost there. But so we pulled in. Now, this is a historic hotel, so it only has 18 guest rooms, and they are all they're not super fancy, but they were delightful and charming and had every amenity that you wanted. It is an adult-only hotel, which we really appreciate now. We are not in kid world anymore, and we really like that. Now, I do have the feeling that in the summer that this little city is full of kids. I would just bet on it. And we went in October, sort of off season, so there was not a lot of people even in the town. And the hotel only filled up on the weekend, so we had a lot of space to roam around in October. But if you were looking for a place to take your family, I would highly suggest looking at this city. So I'm going to link everything, every website that I can possibly come up with, so you guys can all do the research and go check it out for yourself. So just to let you know, we stayed 4 nights. We booked a massage. We did the upgrade on the massage. And the total bill at the end of the 4 nights plus the massage was $379, which we felt was extremely reasonable. Now, there were 2 rates. There was a weekend rate and a non-weekend rate, which I know hotels do that, but it was... I still was like, going, what? Because you're just so used to paying so much for hotel rooms, like, oh my God. Now, they have a complimentary breakfast for you in the morning from 7 to 11. There is a small, beautiful, high-scale, upscale restaurant downstairs. There are 3 soaking pools, private soaking pools inside the facility. There are 2 treatment rooms. There might have been 3. We only saw 1, but there might have been 3 treatment rooms. They offer robes for you, so you can trot down and do soakings. They were delightful. They called me by my name every time I stepped out of the room. Anything that we needed, it appeared. Everybody was delightful. Was I don't know if I just had been going through vacation withdrawals in 2021 and I just needed to sort of be in that environment. I'm not really sure, but man, I was like, could we come back here? Now we decided, during our stay, my girlfriend and I, that we might go back to Riverside. The problem is that the day that it takes to get there. Now, Salt Lake City's super close, Boise's super close. You could fly in to either of those cities, rent a car and head out there. Jackson Hole, Wyoming is only 2 hours away. We probably should have taken a day and did that little run, but we decided to harvest stones instead, which was also a super great time. So there, it's an itty bitty little town. We weren't after like big entertainment. We hardly turned the TV on. We're kind of those people, we really just had a lovely time. We walked up and down the city, and when there's some little boutiques there, of course, that are sort of willing to sell you everything that you'd ever want. Now, okay. So we booked the Himalayan salt stone massage. There was deep tissue, Himalayan salt, Thai massage, and then just Swedish available on the menu. Corey, who's a gentleman, was our massage therapist. And I talked to him extensively, of course, and he was giving me the whole scoop on how you survive as a licensed massage therapist in a population of 407, because it is all tourist work. Or he did a whole bunch of outcalls with local people there that had some big ranches that sort of were in the big homes outside of the little city that were, there were some beautiful properties there. And that, that Idaho, sweeping sort of scenery was just, it's kind of like, wow, it really is beautiful. And again, hadn't been out of the city in a long time, and we just needed some vacation time. So, all right. So with the massage that you book through the hotel, you get 30 minutes of soaking time in one of the mineral hot tubs. They have 3 separate hot tubs. You open a door, it's tiled, it's safe, it's got hand railing. You take off your robe, you're naked. You don't have to be naked, but you should be. You lock the door and you get into the lovely mineral hot springs water that is pumped into these 3 little rooms that they have created. So now I can stay in those hot tubs for 2 hours. I could get out, drink a bunch of water, go to the bathroom, get back in, sort of get out, because it was really cold outside. So there was a window and it's actually in the basement of the hotel, but I could feel the cool air coming in through that window. So I would back up to that window and get really cool on my backside and then dip back into that hot water, do some hydrotherapy in there. So 30 minutes was a little bit short for me, but I understand it because you can't like take up a room for that long. But here's what you could do. I'm going to get back to the massage in a minute. Is that they have a little sign-in sheet, with a pencil, which is nice. No electronics there. I'll take the 9 o'clock slot in number 1, and then let's say you went hiking or something, and then you come back and want the 2 o'clock slot, and then maybe you could have the 8 o'clock slot. As long as it wasn't filled, you could take another slot in the day. You just couldn't do back-to-backs, which worked out perfect for us. So, all right. So when we had our treatments, what we did is part of the treatment was 30 minutes in the tub. So when Connie went in with me and we soaked together, and then she got out and did her massage. Then I got out and just went back to the room and hung out in my robe. Then it was my turn. Then I went back to get my massage, and then Connie came in with me. So we got sort of an extra little bit there because we were sort of playing the numbers game. But you soak in this beautiful mineral water for 30 minutes, and then you go get on this gentleman's table. Very skilled, very talented, very seasoned massage therapist, very calm. Just, you know, hey, this is what I do. I've been doing this forever, you know. And I cannot believe it was the first time I had a a Himalayan salt warm. These are warm stone massage. Now they felt like basalt to me, like they felt just like a stone to me. But what is happening is he's got them oiled and they're sliding across your body. They're warm, but they're depositing that beautiful mineral onto your skin after you've already soaked in lovely earth minerals. That's why I call them earth minerals. So you're like so spa drunk by the end of it. It's crazy. And so he had a little time after we got done. He did fantastic work. And I was like, because when I'm in a treatment room, you know, I'm always sort of like, where's that coming from? Where are they? You know, like where's the equipment? So he explained to me that he had bought these clam shells that he purchased on Amazon that heat up. They're like they look like a little purse, kind of, you know, like a little thing. And they heat up and they keep these Himalayan salt bars really warm. And I was like, what? And so he showed them to me, and he had built a shelf under his little table. So all he was doing was popping this thing open, and like, so his hand wasn't coming, like he's just picking it up, and you know, and then he puts it back in there and it heats right back up again. And he only had 2 stones for the whole massage, but it felt like more than that because he just kept rotating them out, but he never stepped away from me. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so he works, he was the only massage therapist there while we were there. Apparently in the summer they have another person that works as well, but he was doing all the work that day. And I have his information. His name is Corey. And if you ever get to Lava Hot Springs and you're not staying at Riverside because maybe your children are with you, you need to fire up this guy and go experience his work. Was fantastic. So go book it. October seemed to be a really great month to go. Again, no kids. The weather was good. We didn't run into anything that was, you know, weather that we were scared of. You know, we were like, we didn't want to be driving in the snow or anything, you know, because we're not snow babies. But it was great. We did book the zip lining one day, and I will not do that again. That was not something that was the best day for me. It did start sort of snowing and icing that morning, and so it was like at 11 o'clock. And by the time we got out there, it was really cold and really wet. And I just didn't do good in that environment. I was like, oh, we shouldn't have got on that truck. We should have just went back to the hot tub. But that was just, you know, that's kind of on me. I should have known myself well enough that I'm not going to hang out in cold weather like that when I really didn't have the equipment or the clothes to do that sort of cold weather, because I don't even own those clothes. Now, the zip lining experience has great reviews online. It would probably be way better in the summertime. So I'm not going to do a bad review on them because I felt like that was sort of me, and I should have just known that. I mean, we were out there, Connie and I was like, can we call Uber? Is there Uber that can come do that? It's like, No. And we have only zip-lined in tropical places, so we haven't ever experienced snow and zip-lining together. And the people were delightful, and we sort of made it through it, but it just, boy, that is not something I will do again. I will never zip-line again in the snow, because I'm not going to buy the boots and the big jacket. They're not ever going to be in my closet, you guys, because I don't like snow that much. Okay? So if you're there, you can experience it. It might be something you want to take your kids on, or if you like that sort of stuff, off you go. And I will go have another massage and meet you for dinner. Now, we did have dinner at the restaurant, which was stunning and affordable. I know sometimes when you're at high-end restaurants, it gets a little overwhelming as to what prices are, but this was completely affordable. I had the best hamburger I've ever had in my life at the Chuck Wagon restaurant, which was right across from, it was probably the only restaurant in town, but it was fantastic too. Or I just was on vacation and was very happy. I don't even know. All right, so go Riverside Hot Springs and Spa, Lava Hot Springs, Idaho. Go. I'm going to link everything so you guys can find it. Please subscribe for me to this channel. This is sort of a robe review. It's kind of a go review. I'm not sure I'm going to call it a robe review, but it's totally worth it. And let me know if you have any questions. I would love to hear from you. Please comment for me and subscribe. I am in the process of building this channel and would love to hear from you and meet you out there in YouTube land. I am signing off for today. I'm going to turn right around, turn this camera back on, and do, actually it's going to be titled Dan the Crystal Man, because I met a lovely gentleman while we were soaking in the big pools there in the city. So I'm going to tell you that story in just a minute. Signing off for today. Have a glorious one.